Is faith a choice, or is it more like gravity? You ever notice sometimes doing the right thing feels like effort, like you're forcing it, like you're pushing uphill, and other times it feels like something drawing you, like it's already pulling you there. That difference stuck to me. It made me think, is faith something you do? Like a decision, a discipline, a process you build over time. But those answers didn't seem quite right. What if faith isn't something you construct? What if it's something you align with? Because whether we talk about it or not, there are always pulls on you. Not abstract, not theoretical, you feel them. There's a pull that keeps you where you are. Keeps the story intact, keeps the habits intact, keeps you familiar, predictable, stable. And then there's another pull, quieter, but harder to ignore once you notice it. It doesn't argue, it doesn't force, it just keeps showing up. It's the thing that nudges you toward honesty when it would be easier to deflect. The thing that leans you toward growth when staying the same would be more comfortable. You don't have to name it yet. But you felt it. That second pull, that's what I'm getting at. It doesn't turn on and off. It's not something you generate. It's just there, consistent, like a plant turning toward light, even if it's bent, even if it's been sitting in the dark, even if the window is barely open. It still leans. That's what I mean by a heliotropic pull. Not poetic, but functional. There's something in us that orients toward what gives life, whether we cooperate with it or not. But that's only half the picture. Because there's another pull running at the same time. And this one feels heavier. Not evil, not wrong, just dense. It's the pull of what you already are. Your patterns, your reactions, your history, your identity. Everything you've built that now has weight. And weight doesn't like to move. So now you've got two directions operating at once. One pulling you toward something higher, clearer, more aligned, more honest. The other pulling you back into what's already formed, what's known, what's safe, what's already been reinforced. That tension right there, that's where most people live. And we tend to misread it. We think if I have faith, this should feel easier. But that's not how gravity works. If anything, it gets more noticeable the more aware you become of it. Try forgiving someone you're not ready to forgive. You'll feel it immediately. There's a part of you that wants to release it, clean, direct, almost quiet. And there's another part that grips tighter. Not because it's correct, because it's heavier. That's density. So now the question shifts. It's not, do I have faith? It's not even, am I performing faith correctly? It's simpler and harder. Which pull is setting your direction? Because you're not choosing whether the pulls exist. You're choosing which one you cooperate with. And most of the time, that choice isn't loud. It's subtle. It shows up in what you justify, what you hold on to, what you avoid, what you keep telling yourself is just the way it is. That's density doing its job, not blocking the higher pull, just outweighing it. And the higher pull doesn't fight for control. It doesn't overpower, it waits for alignment. That's why faith can't just be effort. Effort alone usually reinforces density. You just get better at being what you already are. Alignment is different. Alignment is when something in you stops resisting the pull that was already there. That's when things start to shift. Not instantly, not perfectly, but directionally. So maybe faith isn't something you build from scratch. Maybe it's recognizing that something is already pulling you and deciding whether you're going to move with it or keep bracing against it. Because either way, you're not standing still. You're being oriented. The only question is, do you know by what?